serving the living God. I'm serving the living. Oh, I living, serving the living God. I'm not I'm serving the living God. I'm serving the living God. I'm serving the living. Oh, I living, serving the living God. I surrender all to Jesus. Right, living God. Many are dying, many are perishing. Whatever I am now, it is by your grace. Some people don't know why we always thank God here. At the time of harvest or Ogbejowewe, we have to be continue thanking God because we can't do anything without Him. Ọpẹ́ ló yẹ. Ah, ọpẹ́ ló yẹ. Mo wà láyé. Mo wà láyé. Ah, ọpẹ́ ló yẹ. ṣe pọ́ Olúwa kò tí wà ní tiwa ó yẹ àwa máa wí nígbà tí èṣù gbógun rẹ̀. Wherever I am now, it is by your grace. A kí ọ wípé o ṣé, Ọlọ́run ẹlẹ́dàá. A kí ọ wípé o ṣé o, Ọlọ́run gbogbo ayé. Alààyè, alààyè o, èmi alààyè mo wá yìn ọ́ o, oníbú ọrẹ. Ìgbà pàtàkì lọ́dún ìkórè, ire olú ìkórè súre fún wa o. Ìgbà pàtàkì lọ́dún ìkórè, ire olú ìkórè súre fọ́mọ rẹ̀ o. Ire ìkórè ọdún yìí dùn o. Ire olú ìkórè súre fún wa o. Ire ìgbà pàtàkì lọ́jọ́ ìkórè, ire olú ìkórè súre fún wa o. Ire olú ìkórè súre fọ́mọ rẹ̀. Ire àwa yìn ọ́, Ọlọ́run wa, àwa jẹ́wọ́ rẹ pé ìwọ lolúwa. Àwa yìn ọ́, Ọlọ́run wa, a jẹ́wọ́ rẹ pé Olúwa. Thank you for joining today. We started the journey into the Ikore festival. You know, Ikore is always end with Ikomi. What is Ikomi? Ikomi is dining and whining. You know what dining and whining is? I'll take my cup of drink here. So what about you? It's a lovely day, you know. And most of us like it, you know. During this time of harvest, you know, you have more to share and to keep for the next year. Don't forget the song we always sing during the time of harvest. Ẹnikẹ́ni tí wọ́n bá nípa láti ṣe ìrànlọ́wọ́ òun náà lẹ́nì kejì rẹ tọ́jú rẹ. Meaning that whosoever you have capacity to give part of the harvest to. When we talk about harvest, you know now, especially in Nigeria where I came from, they begin to share the end of the year things by this time around. Going to November, it's not until December. They started doing it now, giving some people promotions. You know, when I work in a very corporate organization, by October, November, they started doing it. Even by this time, some people will stop going to work by next month. That means the year is over already. It's the time of harvest for everybody. And what does the harvest mean? It's just to enjoy yourself, to rest. So anything you will be doing from next month is overtime to the next year. Maybe you don't start this year on time. I know what I'm talking about. And even in this global environment, same thing. Even in global environment, they do the same thing. By every 10 means that 10 is the end of the number. 10 is the number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 is the end of the number. So every 10 means that the year is over. It is the people that made it 12, and calendar made it 12. But 10 is the end of the number. Some country and some global environment, some corporate company, they declare their profits and loss, and what remains is harvest. Promotion, this thing. Then, when you look at the balance sheet and the, what do we call it, whatever on the account level, you understand what I'm talking about. Some limited liability company, they have already published their this thing by this day. Gain, profit, everything they made, it's been out by this time. Not until December, because they are not going to give you a depression over what doesn't make sense. By this time, they will calculate everything together and let you know maybe the company make profit or not. And for those who are doing it, who are into marketing and all those online forex trading, they understand what I'm saying. They understand very well what I'm saying, because by this time, some people have already declared profit for this year. And don't forget that by this time, some people have already made their mind going for 30 December in Nigeria, and in Ghana, on South Africa, on Sierra Leone, especially in Nigeria who are working in the global environment. Why are they doing that? Because by October, which is 10, the year is over. God, according to God calendar, this is the only, you know, I told you yesterday, the ground is wet. Why is the ground so wet? It's because so that you can harvest. During the harvest, it must be cozy, and people must be able to harvest. Land must be wet. Everything must be wet. That's what we call harvest. Harvest is not to make everything look like dry season. Harvest is not dry season. So people call it dry season. It's not dry season. It's wet season because the abundance of rain, the abundance of energy, the abundance of so many things in multiples. Another thing about this harvest is that love and joy. This when some people will come from far away to meet their loved one. Please don't joke with it. It's a time of joy. It's time of love. So people that don't remember you will remember you by this time and say, "Oh, how are you?" Just say, "I should greet you." That is the time of harvest. You know what harvest is not like harvest again? Is because there's no more true love. There's no more true love and joy in the life we are living now. When we have monetized true love too and joy, everything has been monetized. That means if you don't have money, you don't have joy. If you have money, you don't have love. But meanwhile, it's not like that. Thank we should be grateful to most Nigeria politicians. They will give you free ride to your home, not to church during the time of harvest. But to go back to home, free ride because they know you are broke already. By the time you are coming, free ride to come back. That is a good idea. I love it because they want you in the time of harvest to feel the impact of your parents, talk about the progress for the next year. That is one thing about the harvest. It's not about working, 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 working. Jesus Christ talk about the harvest. And he talk about the abundance and love and joy of the harvest. During the time of harvest, another thing, significant thing about the harvest is that we must be able to love others and share to others. Share whatever you have with others during the time of harvest. Share grace, share opportunities, share ideas, share information. The world we have now, people don't share information anymore. Why? Because they believe that they don't want you to be better than, greater than, more than. And that is how the world has gotten into this stage. What make it like that is because everything money, 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 money every time. You wake up money, you sleep money. But the making of life is not about money. If all you believe is money. That has been my preaching over 5 to 10 years now. Don't focus much on money. The idea thing is to develop self and others. That is why I will keep telling you that the more if you want to grow, I've told you on this platform, if you want to grow, you want to ask first what we are this thing. First thing is love. 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 People don't know what they call love. A madman that used to sat down by the road, when people don't see it for 4 days there, they will be looking for that madman. Where is this guy that we used to see that day? Where is because being there, so people are adapt, acclimatize, adapt with his nature, loving genuinely because they see him there. It's part of the act work. Until we begin to reason that way, that people, there are some people like that, their life is just like artistic work. When we see them, we laugh. At times we pray for them because they may be mad, but life is so dynamic. We ourselves, we are not normal. The government is not normal. Things are not normal. The only thing that is normal is the nature. Because whether you like it or not, the rain will fall in its time and it will stop in its time. It doesn't have time to stop, it doesn't have time to but we have put everything about the time, and still yet we are still rushing after the time. After the time, even everything that is timed get late or come early. So we don't meet up with the time. We never meet up with the time. That is why the nature is very good thing. And those who God gave nature, they don't care. Everybody know the time when you will see maize, when you see mango, the time for mango will go, the time for cashew, the time for this thing. That is nature. But for human being, you may say, I may not come next week. You may change your mind immediately that you are coming. And that is why I told you yesterday that since our people have been making law over so many years, why have we not made a law that will be sustainable for like 100 years? But the same law that the God made, Ten Commandments, have been for long years and is still very relevant up to now. Ten Commandments. You can see that the education and everything we have is still very myopic to God's idea and knowledge. Using Ten Commandments, you can educate your children, educate everybody around you without no education. You can be a king over your kingdom without no education, with Ten Commandments. Thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not do this, thou shalt obey the law. Thou shalt, even the rest, everything is in that Ten Commandments. Remember your Sabbath day to make all that Ten Commandments. Deuteronomy 28, if thou should this thing, blessed are you in this thing, under Ten Commandments. Everything is being synchronized onto that Ten Commandments. The people we are like, we want to make law, the law that ordinarily calculator, machine can do for us. We now put politicians in a position that will steal all our harvest. That's why I asked you today, why were yesterday harvest? Why there is no harvest? Because politicians are saving money now for the next 2 years election. The United Kingdom here is like 2028. In Nigeria, 2027. So everybody is still keeping that money. There is no harvest. They are keeping the abundance. They're supposed to bring to the altar of Christ that, oh, enjoy and let's be happy. I never see any nation declaring profit except in the Bible. No, no harvest, no profit. So why are you competing? Why are you competing? Why is this thing comparing this thing? So equation is not balanced to me. Because if you are comparing the with China, then China is supposed to bring out the profit at the end of the day. And the organization like society don't make profit. So if there is no profit, then there's no this thing. If there is no profit, there is no business. The concerning thing about God is profit. Serving God is profit. Or sustainability, serving my God, profit always come at the end. There is no how the profit will not come. Ọlọ́run kì í jẹ́ èèyàn gbé. He can never give you and not give you back. He will use your platform. He will use all my platform, my TikTok, my everything to be calling him now. Then I will now, later I will now say, no, God is not like that. You must catch abundant fish. That is how God works. That is the problem. God will not use you and dump you. It's only politicians, magicians, and the Egyptians that will use and dump. Use and dump. God will never use your boat and left both of you and your boat just stranded like that. So if you are seeing me as nobody, I'm somebody. Forget about it. Just focus on yourself. Focus on yourself. Dey your lane, make I dey my lane. So why have we not seen the harvest in the altar of Christ up to now? It's because people are holding it. Election will soon come, and they will now, when there is no inappropriate time for harvest, is when you will come out and begin to share rice, share beans, share all these things. When we supposed to be surplus, over 6 months, no surplus. But later, people, they will now come, they begin to bring out so many things, share a cup of rice. If that is harvest, it's okay. You can share it at the time of harvest, not when the election is nearby. That shows that people like to do things when they know that they need you. No, it's only the time of harvest you do that. In now, you share bills to me, I will conveniently take it that you give it from good mind, not in the time of politics. Not in the time of politics. Those who share Bible now, in the time of harvest, that people supposed to share food. Sheyi Tinubu share Bible. Supposed to share food too. As you share Bible, you share food to people. Because when people are hungry, they cannot read Bible. And when they were hungry, they cannot understand what the Bible says about evil food. Fasting is not for those who don't have food. I've told you every time. Fasting is for those who have enough in the time of abundance and deny themselves. Because fast like that in Africa, when you see that there is nothing anymore, we begin to fast. Then you begin to see bad visions. You begin to see bad visions because you eat. In the time of harvest, many people will come with the aim to drag your harvest from you, to fight you, I've told you. And don't fight them. Go to the presence of God with joy. In the time of harvest, Eli did to Hannah. You know, in the time of harvest, Hannah went to Shiloh. And Eli talked to him in the manner that he said that you are drunk in the time of harvest. But he knows. She understands that in the time of harvest, anything they bring to you, you have to say what you need. No, my Lord, I'm not drunk. Let it be for you according to your mind. That is all what you need. The time of harvest, that's what you need. I didn't be people like us in this world where I know my rights. I've told you in the time of harvest, we don't have any rights. Because all these things, God has blessed it already for you. And what you come to has been repurchased by Satan. Everything about money in this world doesn't made by God. That is why Jesus Christ never handed you money throughout his lifetime. He say, go and take it from somewhere. Go and take it from somewhere. If you see any prophet holding money in his hand, it's not a prophet. You command, go and take this one, go and take this one. That is a prophet. Because the more you are holding money, you are spraying money, you are not a prophet. Anything about prophet is generational wealth. It's not about money. You carry money out, you give the spirit, and you say, is that harvest? Is that part of the harvest that God said we should harvest? In the time you bring the people you have employed. Like in this United Kingdom, how many people have been giving COS and they are making this? That's the people that will follow you to the harvest stage. That I made you, I made you, I made you. How many people have you made? How many leaders have you said you are the leader because I made you to be the leader? But I can categorically say that I did this, I did this. So that is what the affair is all about. How many leaders, how many employers of labor have you made in the time of harvest? That you can say, Mr. Labaja is not here, Mr. Kamadu is not here. What happened? So that they can see the recording of what you are saying. That is how our father have been doing it right from the olden days. But now we have been in competition that we don't want our friends to be better than us. We don't want our enemies to be better than us. You don't know that you don't even have enemies. The only enemies you have is the Satan that affects their soul. The enemy that can come back tomorrow and do good to you. Who can tell you that Russia can have problem with USA? Are they not best of friends before? So you know that you can know that people are just like that. People that are supporting even Russia today going to war, tomorrow UK might say, I don't know Russia again. I want to be on my own. Is it not the human being? This thing is not AI, it's not rocket science. It's human being. They may vote and say, let's develop ourselves, forget about it. So in the time of harvest, all what we should focus is that how many people have I been able to solve, bring out of the problem. Because doing that, everything you have destroyed this year, you going to harvest it. Everything you have destroyed, everybody you have scammed, you are still going to harvest it. So, my way, if you don't harvest, you begin to see it one way or another. If it doesn't affect you, it may affect the children, it may affect your lineage, it may affect anything. Your color may change, your generational wealth may change, just because of only your problem. You don't see David in the time of harvest. David, because he slept with Uriah's wife. See what happened to David. The child that's supposed to be this thing, and the child even fighting the father. And he begin to, what God does not write. So he begin to pray. That's why I told you that God doesn't need us to pray. Plant it and harvest it. And if it doesn't work, plant it well. Plant it again. If it doesn't work, plant it again and again. Then one will work. But so far you confess, you look at Uriah's wife, and you will kill Uriah. Then you have to pay soul for soul, body for body, body for body. That is how the harvest works. So how many people I can categorically say this year, I've done this, people out of not having anything, are making something out of it. That is what harvest needs from you. Don't say everything God throw to you is for you to use it for the best of yourself. So that when things come, you will say, I've lived the life, I've helped people, even when I don't have anything at all. So how will you become a billionaire that will not be the employer of laborers? Whereas those who have to do this effort, the politicians, the Egyptians that you see today, you're not going to see them anymore, I've told you. Because they are holding it. Then they will make your harvest reverse. Then they will begin to do it maybe March or February when election remains small. Is that the kind of harvest we want? The harvest we want is that toward the end of the year, by this time, we should count our blessings and name them one by one. May God bless us. count your blessings, name them one by one. In the time of harvest, some people will count their blessings, and some people will count their cost. I pray we will not count our cost in Jesus' name. It's our blessing we want to count, because nobody is perfect. But in the time of harvest, we should plant better, best, more than what we plant, so that at least we'll be able to harvest enough good things. Every December, every October, every 10th month, you should be able to say, three people that I harvest this one, I harvest this one. It's not about evangelism alone. Growing up, I have seen so many that we deal in Christianity that doesn't make sense. That we call people into church, we know that they need this thing. We are the ones that look down on them. Not only in Nigeria, especially in this Western world, most of the churches, go to every church you see it. I told one of the churches I had been to 2 years ago, I told them that if care is not taken, must we buy this church? And they have already got it already now. I don't say mosque is not good, but because there is no love in the time of harvest. When we go to harvest, and you see that everybody are just on their own, there is no joy, there is no love. So what are we doing? Why do we harvest? No joy, no love, no togetherness. And how do that? I want to do my carry along. In Nigeria, I know there's no how you get to my church that you not see joy. It's not about money. It's about seeing ourselves that, my friend will come. This one will come. And some people don't even come for that one, they come for their girlfriend. That's what they want to come to harvest. But at least they come to harvest. But in this part of the world, mean that everybody believe about money, making money. Everything are being monetized. So during the harvest, even if you have, you don't want to show that you have. If you have, you now bring a small carton of Indomie to church. And we know that you are the employer. Somebody accused me that, why do you wear this kind of clothes? And you just come into this environment, you just come into UK and you are wearing this kind of clothes. This is too expensive. I look at him like, you guy, why are you talking like this? Anything I have, I wear. I can be proud of it because I bought it with my money. I work, I serve friends, I serve enemies. So in the time of harvest, anything I put on my neck, wear to church, I'm categorically proud of it that I bought it by my money. Not on stage. They give me money on stage. I bought it with my money. So if I use it, don't say, you will not see EPA. Help comes from the source. Direct from. So far you are looking at the people to help you in the time of harvest. That is how the kind of crusade that is going on in the Western world. They believe that when you do too much, when you do give testimony, it becomes a problem to the society. That is what harvest means, that you should show. Don't cover your yam. Let them see that this big yam, I plant it, and God bless it. And if people are with you, give a slice to them. Let them enjoy from the slice. That is how God will continue to bless you. And let me tell you something. If you don't have those who envy you, then you are nobody. You are not relevant. So people will say, I don't want them to be jealous of me, I will calm down. I think you are educated, you are prof, but you still don't educate. It means that you must have, the more you are having that energy, the more God is blessing you, because they are putting God's direction onto you. The way of God is on the head or the people that you talk about as a bad person, because they are spirits that investigate. You want to know maybe it's bad or good, poor or rich, or is it right or wrong. One prophet has said that the only campaign and advertisement I had because people painted me like a bad person. And everybody wants to know that I'm bad. They want to come to me to visit me. If we BBC, everyone say it's like this. I never thought. Why? Because if people don't talk about you, so who do you want to resemble? How do God want to visit you that I want to know maybe this thing is right? So therefore, if I don't talk about what people say about me, I don't care. I know if we are to be in the court of law, they cannot stand before me. At least they will cross-examine two of us. We will know who is right and who is wrong. So in the other cross-examination, at least they will ask me question. How you be, how you do, how you take no harm. Because in the time of harvest, some people want to claim what doesn't belong to them. Claim the glory that doesn't belong to them. That's why I say during the time of harvest, if you are an employer of labor, you have employed people in this part of the world, you call them. This is also time, let's meet. Let's do affairs together. How are you doing? How are you doing? How are you doing? How are you doing, my brother? Are you okay? Is that place okay? Then you will sleep that night. You will see that God will calm you. It's not about them. They may go and talk what they like. But for you doing that, they can because there are some angel, a demonic angel fighting them not to be progressive in life. But for you fighting for them, you have helped them to elevate their problem. So maybe you like it. Any prayer that their mom pray for them is for you. Any prayer their pastor pray for them is for you because you carry them as you carry them as hearts. But we have looked at the world now because the conference now about tokens, money. How much do you have in the account? How much do you have in the account? Prophet don't need to have anything in the account. What we have is that how many people pass through him to be. As if you begin to mention them, can they stand that it's nothing? Then that is how the word of God works. Believe in money, that is the root of all evil. And you cannot get it all the time. That's why you keep killing, piling up your problem and harvest problem. So it's time for us to do the harvest that God wants to do. What is the harvest? Harvest of soul. How many souls have we harvested? How many souls? How many people have you harvested? That this one has changed. It's not about going to church. It's about changing from maybe it's a smoker, it's a drug, this thing, and changing by the word of your mouth. That this thing, let's do it this way, do it this way. Some people have got into depression, but by you talking to them, laughing with them from morning to night, they will be removed from the list of depressive people. But you cannot do that. You have to, I have my own problem. Having your own problem does not mean you should not solve anybody's problem. Every medical doctor you see have their own problem. But when it's their business to solve other people's malaria or sickness. So during the time of harvest, how many people are still being able to elevate out of poverty? It's not about how much in your account. It's about how have you been doing it. Some prophets, some pastors, anything they say about good about you, they will never tell you. They say because you are not useful to them. They say because you are not going to. Why? Because they know you are not going to be a good asset. I say do it because the Bible will say that some fall along the road. When you go to plant, you spread it. Some will fall along the road, some, but the one that will make you never know. You never know. Those who play betting, who like betting, they know that the game they don't even care about is the game that gives them. So why are we not doing it like, let me just do it for God? The day I've known that I do everything for God. Everything I do on this planet, I do it for God. Like, let me just give it out. Give it out. Only if you are so well empowered, well endowed, and that thing coming to you and you don't use it that time, it's in another time. It's in another time. The Spirit of the Lord will call unto you now that, let me call this person, let me give him this amount of money. If you don't do that, then later you might remember, oh, I should send it and forget about that. Oh, I'm sorry. That thing that you don't do that time, there's something I want to ask. There's something I want to ask. It has happened to me several times that I will say, my mind just said, let me give all this thing out. Why? Why do I want to give it back? When you begin to do why, before you do why like 2, 3 times, you forget about it. By the time you now see, you will sleep, you will see that God wants to do something, but you stop it by not doing what you do. So that is how affairs work. Spread it. Don't say because my friend or is my enemy, I don't want him to be more than me. Affairs of joy and love. Affairs of joy and love is what God wants. No matter how, don't fight anybody. And no matter how, don't talk like you want to talk down on people that what do we gain? If it's ordinary one head you bring to the affair, that is what for him. You are not the judge of your brother. Because during the affair time, those who take glory are not those who bring anything to the table. They are those who come to eat with you with joy, with good mind. With good mind. With good mind. And most of them are children. You just see that you just get to their father and their parents begin to go off, they begin to work in a big business. You say, Omolabaja, no, this one, he came to our office that time. He came to the office, but with the mind. With the mind. I know what I was talking about. Because when I was growing up, that is how people would think that they give us out of. It's harvest food. Yeah. These people are hungry, let's just give them. But to us, we don't feel like hungry. We even eat the pot of the rice. It's a leg of love. I don't hide it. To us, we come with happy mind for you. But to you, you are looking at indigent people. We are not indigent, but we come with good. Mr. Labaja wants to do us. And God will continue to bless our parents for doing that. Because you know that you don't have any bias against you. You are the one that was looking like, hey, these people are poor, these people are this thing, these people are. To God, God knows that we are not poor. God knows that we are not poor. Despite the fact that you look at us like that. Don't belittle anybody through the others. Because God can dress like a boy to you. You see Abraham meeting somebody by the road and pay all, they call it tithe. But I don't believe that 10% during that time, it's like it has harvest and it gives part of it to the man. That, oh, you take. And that is how it gets connected with generational way. Then, Holy Spirit let him know that you are connected. You are now connected. So, don't give out with bias mind during the harvest time. I know some company now, they're looking at, let's give some, some people will even go like, you know what, I'm supposed to be the manager. See the post they now give me with joy. Take it with joy. Take it with joy. I have a policeman friend in Nigeria to be promoted during the time of harvest like this. Taking me to Port Harcourt. I don't want to go to that place. Take it with joy. Take it with joy. The man now, all his children in abroad now. Because where they send you to, you think it's demotion, but it's promotion to God. It may be like there are some things that is not good to us in doing this. So just take it with joy and love. By the time you told me, I said, you know what? You better go to that place. Because every day you complain about this your work that there are so much enemy. You are the big man here. Leave them, go to where they tell you at least fresh. Fresh here means that fresh people. And when he got there, he get connection that make his life work. So what are we talking about? In the time of harvest like this, when we are discussing things, there are some points that it makes sense, even if it doesn't make sense. In the time of harvest, the ground will always be wet. How? There are some that have all what you need. Just like that boy have a loaf of bread, I have 5 loaves of bread and fish. That is how harvest works. So all around you will say, there's nothing, there's how do you want to do it now? But by the time you are looking, just keep looking. One of you will pass information that will help somebody. That somebody will help all of them. That somebody will help all of them. All those who have helped by life is because they don't believe in the harvest, planting and harvest. You just talk what is in your mind, then that thing you talk now, that is one solution is there. Let's call him. No, he's not. He's a useless person. That useless problem, to me, may be useful. That is how harvest works. What you call useless, that thing in your hand that you call useless, to somebody is useful. That your child that you say is useless, send it to the house of God. Let it be working for God. Maybe it's not going to be useful. It's thief, Abby. It's disturbing you. Let him work for God now. Then you will know that it's not you will be the best then. Because God doesn't even want people that are very good. He wants people that are very bad. That can turn to good. In the time of harvest life, people believe that when they see rich man, that one is the best. And I've told you the story of Lazarus and the rich man. The rich man was not recognized in Abraham's words. He was not recognized, not because he's not rich, it's because he's not just recognized. His name was not just there. The only thing they can call him is that attribute is about rich. And the rich is not in heaven. All what they can talk about heaven is wealth. And what we call wealth, unfortunately, is not wealth here. Wealth is wealth of experience, wealth of service. So you go to church, you're just dropping money, you are going out, you think you are creating wealth. You are not creating wealth. Because the more you drop money, the more you get money. But those who work, who volunteer and clean the church, those who take their history and go and clean all the church, call the branches, do all those things. When you follow the Oba, you think that God will now forget those ones. He will now help you that used to bring money. There's nobody that cannot give, God cannot give that money. Bring the church. Even when you give it to politicians, politicians bring money to church more than anybody. But when it comes to the work, a particular work that you used to do, that God knows you for, maybe playing ordinary keyboard, Are God hearing it? Or maybe clearing the environment of the church. Then in the time of harvest, they won't find you wanting now. Because God has already numbered that this is what you used to do. So if that thing does not done, that is something is wrong. Where are you? So that is how the harvest works. And most people who know this thing, they never joke with it. Despite the fact they were rich, they will still find something to be doing in the church. Maybe clean the toilets, do all those things. Because in this world, we are dealing with dirty world. But during this time of harvest is when we can talk about that one. Is when we can talk about that one. Let's listen to this. Yeah, another thing about the harvest time that I want us to know is that that is when God used to answer prayer because your mind is pure, everybody. Your mind is pure. So far your mind is pure with everybody, God used to answer prayer. You see what happened to Paulina and what happened to Anna? In the time of harvest, he used to abuse and bully Anna because Anna doesn't have children. And by the time God answer Anna, Paulina has no mouth again. In fact, he even lost maybe one or two of the children. He has used to. So why are we saying this? This is the time people that does not do their own this thing well. This is the time to let them know that you will do well. It's not about saying, hey, hey. Because one thing that God doesn't like is that, I've told you now, ah, ah, God will know before you plant it. Say, except the Lord build the house, the laborer labor in vain. So I help you. Don't look down on anybody. Because your harvest grow very well abundantly does not mean that you should look down on anybody. Some people want to have that same grace and they cannot. They are not wired to. They are not wired to. I've listened to so many people. I understand them. Although it's difficult for them to understand me. It's difficult for them to understand me. You see some people that do wrong, that do bad things, that scam. It's not that they were that bad. It's because how where they pass, the road, the journey that take them to that level. At times, there's no other way than to do what they need to do to survive. Not to love their children, to love their family, especially in this Western world. In abroad, anything can happen just because of money. Not that because they like it. One of the examples is that you see 20 years old boy marrying 70 years woman. You should know that it's not normal. It's not normal. So people turn themselves to gay because at least surviving mentality. Not that he's a gay when he was at home, but when he comes, he believes that maybe let me just do that way so that I can survive. Survivor mentality. So the way they pass, the way I cannot say, it's very difficult to do. And when you get to that work, you pray for them. You cannot just be among your friends and begin to talk down on them. The more you are doing that, you are open the book of remembrance for him or her. Because God don't look at what you are looking at. God don't look at what you are looking at. The most rubbish somebody in the Bible is Mary, the father of the mother of Jesus Christ. Why? Because what has never happened before happened to her. And she's the only one that know what happened to her and the husband. So who the husband want to tell that I never give am pregnant to, I never discharge am belle. So it should be clear to everybody that one of the basic of the affairs is the shame. So many people will call me on this platform, especially on YouTube, that what do you mean by your shame is your faith? Your shame is your faith. I say, for what make us to be like this? Where Christianity get to us now is because there are something we keep it calm, secret. And God doesn't have secret. God does not for me, or you should cover me for so that they don't know. So that if they hear this, the Christianity will now stop. It doesn't make sense. Even if you say all the old Christians now winch, it doesn't stop Jesus Christ from working. It doesn't stop it. He even recruits so many people. In the time that the Russian president Putin said that when I made the music that I say it out, make people know what is going on. And he came out and said Jesus Christ are black. And yes, uncle. So after that one, you see how many even other religions are joined Christianity. But hey, we are saying it. We are saying it that this thing is not that right. Why? Because so far you are saying the truth. So people will go, some people will come. So they go, so come. That's how the truth has no true name than being the truth. Because if you begin to connect the dots, the truth will always tell us that it's not aligned. It doesn't gel. It doesn't align. That is how the truth works. And by the time harvesting will always be lie. Because we have lied to ourselves. But lie, it will end in lie. When I did that music, I didn't know it would go far like that. But it gave me relevance and it give God glory back to God. Why do we talk about the color to Jesus Christ? So people will wear white, do it like that. I'm this thing, I'm celestial. Does that mean that you are God? So what about those who wear red? What about those who wear blue? What about those who don't have any clothes to wear? And they are more godly. I know some people that stop wearing white or this thing because of that. I said, oh, so Jesus Christ is black, so I will be wearing black now. No, it's not about the color you wear. It's about who Jesus Christ is. The man just let you know that don't just believe that everything about white is white. And so that we, at the end of the day, we not go to heaven be looking for white God or white Jesus. God has made you to know that anything you should believe should be of your color. If you have sense, anything you should believe. God, Jesus Christ, if he want to come to you, will not come to you a black in a white color. I'm telling you honestly. I've said it several times on this platform. You are a black man. Jesus Christ want to come to you. He will now come to you in a white color. Does that make sense to you? Because some people have said that, yeah, I saw Jesus Christ. How did Jesus Christ? He dressed like the one you still saw in the pictures. Even as young as boy as I am, I know that Jesus Christ will not come in that color. The only thing that Jesus Christ will do for you, if he doesn't want you to, if he wants you to know, he will come with your in your mother's form. Because you know that anything your mother tell you, you always believe. You have to and the picture of your mother, I will tell you, Omo, listen to me, this is what I want to tell you. You just change it because you can you a million long. It's a spirit you can't know. To white, Jesus Christ will come white. To India, Jesus Christ will come like India. Because it's a spirit, it's a soul. You can just touch anybody to do that. It's not about the color you are looking. And that is the problem most of the churches have in Africa. When we want to do harvest, we are expecting the malaika that will come. This thing. Another thing is language. When some people hear Arabic language, they believe that it's an evil language. It's a Boko Haram language. I always tell you, what is the language they are using in it? The common language that I know that is connected to the earth and the heaven is Arabic language. It's not English language. Not all the Arabic, but I know there are some that are connected to earth and heaven. Why is it like that? I didn't know. Why is it like that? I didn't know. That's why when you see people speaking in tongues, they will use one tone of Arabic language. They will use it, whether they like it or not. One tone, one language of Arabic language. In there, their tongue, speaking in tongue. In all, talking all over the world, in the global distance, not only in Africa. There is no how you will speak in tongue use of Arabic language. And what is Arabic language? You will write it. You know, it's always opposite down. Opposite down. That is how it works. I've seen a prophet writing something on this thing, and what it's writing there is Arabic language. So that is how life works. I don't know much about that, but that is all I know that God will not come to you in another people's form. God relates with you with people you can trust. Either your father, your mother, or your great grandfather that loves you so, or people that you can listen to. So how can a somebody that has colonized you now come to you that you want to be the one that God wants, Jesus wants to use? Just Jesus will not share his glory with anybody. So that is the problem during the time of this harvest period. Some people have said that, in fact, they want to forget about Jesus Christ. They want to go back to worship. Meanwhile, I've told you that God and Jesus Christ did not chase you away from your old ways. What it chased you away from your is your mindset. What's your mindset? The mindset that if I don't worship this thing, I will not see God. God lets you to know that God is in everything you do. Helping people, developing people. If you commanding the stone, if there is God, there the only thing you still need with it is that are you doing it with good mind? Is it not that you are doing it to affect the soul of others, to destroy them, to take them into coven, to make their name into coven and use them against them? If that is it, then God is concerned. The harvest will so come. You see that everything you have done, you have piled up, will be done against you. During the time of this harvest, so many people that the vampires have by taking, they begin to give account because we are living the world of vampires whether we like it or not. How do we know vampire is the kind of information you get into and you sit down with and that take your time, that go viral? Because that is how vampire, when vampire enter one society, he try to bite people. And one thing is that if you bite somebody you love, if it is your boy, if you don't run away, distance yourself uh, with your utterances, if she bites you, then you automatically became the same thing. So what that means is the information and the way things are done. There are so many things that is not normal that people are doing now that we believe that it's normal. There are so many things that you need to scroll that no, I don't want to listen to this kind of thing. But we believe that it's normal because we have been beaten and we encourage them. Before you know it, you will see that you like. The more you like it, you will see that you begin to encourage your brothers, your everyone to join the same caucus. And meanwhile, you are joining the caucus of vampire. This will drain you. When you sleep, you will see that you are drained. You are drained. Why? Because it doesn't concern you. It's not a solution-oriented thought. How do you solve this thing? They will not solve it. They will just talk. Then backbite. Then Psalm 1 says that blessed is the man that walketh not. So how do you want to be blessed when you go back to work in the second day? Then you still doing the same gist. Then people that spread this around, you become the same in the coven of vampire. That is how you are harvested. And meanwhile, if care is not taken, you will spread it to your husband, onto your wife, to all of them, and they begin to do the same thing. You know how many people that don't know you, that will see you as enemy. Just because somebody have told them that you are enemy and you are this thing. When you talk, no solution. On TikTok, you talk, solution, no solution. That's how people talk. I've told you about a man of God who got stroke. But because you have talk about the prophet that can heal him, by the time you get to the gate, you couldn't enter. You just break down and say, with all what I've said with my mouth, I say, humble yourself, sir. And let's go in. You will see your healing. He said, no, I can't go in. I've talked a lot about this man. How many people have destroyed? How can I go and tell them that I've destroyed, I've come back and begged this man? I say, Kanye, that is how human beings are. If the thief by the right side can say, Jesus forgive me, and Jesus can forgive him. So this man didn't do it. And he went to heaven like that. Say, I will never do it. That is the covenant for you. Because they have made it like covenant that we prophets want to do against this man until we destroy him, until it's no longer. Now, how do you end up? How do you end up? You can't still come down and kill your ego to go there and seek your healing. Ohun tó ṣòro fún ènìyàn láti tàpá sí ẹ̀gún láì wọ bàtà. But when we talk it, people will think, this guy, the way you are doing it, you don't understand. No, it's not about understanding. Go can go up. When you are the verge of receiving your miracle, then something is now doing you for body. That is empire. You have been beaten deep that you cannot even reach where you're supposed to reach. You cannot even reach your effort. It's over my dead body. Over my dead body. Let me tell you, politicians will say over their dead body. If Bola Ahmed Tinubu will say over their dead body. If Trump that I supported will say over their dead, they won't become what they become today. I understand what I'm saying. Over my dead body. Why should I go and say sorry to sustainability? Oh, you over your dead body, then your dead body will come. Don't be stupid. The world we have now, we make mistakes. I made my mistake and I come down sorry. I know that by bowing down with my mind, God has already raised me and raised my years. And I cannot be know everything. It's only what He told me. That's why on this platform we pray more of you, God, lesser of me. And I look at the man, I say, with this age, with all what you have done, this is the time to confess that, oh, you are sorry. You don't even know that you are truly man of God. But you have decided that you have to die in that covenant that you joined with all the people you have made a wrong decision about this man. And the most dangerous thing is to be a chosen and the people are fighting you. They are not fighting you, they are fighting God. They are not fighting you, they are fighting God. That's the most dangerous thing. Anybody that fights you, even if it's a leader, God will tell him that you are not a leader. And will just be misleading. The attitude of the chosen is not about them. It's what God sent them, they do. If they do mistake, God will take charge immediately because He's going to punish them for it. They were sent. It's not about them. So to the beginning, sent. It's not about me. So when I say this thing, whether you like it or not, that is the life of a chosen. I didn't being to know, and I've told you something on this platform. Those who fight you determine how far you go. Anybody that if somebody that fighting is like a boy, I mean you are a boy then. When the highest of the highest is fighting you, then you must know that you are higher than the highest. You are higher than the highest. So we should be very careful who we fight when it comes to developing self and others. You come to this world not to compare and compete yourself with anybody. Live and let live. Then the time of harvest, whatever you plant, you can harvest. Because some people have planted so many evil in the name of only me, only me, only me. When they say working for God, nobody that is not working for God, even the doctor, medical doctor in the hospital is working for God. Because if he decided that he's not going to work, that do that work, he may be selling anything in the market and making money. So don't let anybody deceive anybody. Everybody is working for God. But the chosen are different. The chosen are for assignment. And the reason why God always gives them assignment is because he doesn't want them to be bought just like others. You see that they have not been bought. So many people have been bought and they don't know that they have been bought. And some of them that have been bought, he repurchased them. Most of us, we don't die. God just purchase us. I say, hey, this way you don't go. You don't pass your boundary. I must tell you genuinely. That's why I say if you don't die to this body, you cannot become born again. At the ascension of born again, then you have to see that, oh, where is this one? Do you two want to go? Everybody you have to leave. Because this is not you. This is not the type you they see before. That you go to drink from one party from this thing, then that thing will be to look like, is this okay? Is this normal? It's not even about money. Let's think about it. Before I want to give answer immediately, you will take time before you give answer. And before what who you cannot talk to, you talk to them like if you. That is how being born again is different. Because you be very assertive and you know before you even say it, this is what it is. That's why when they ask Jesus Christ, all the questions, he tell them that you know the answer already. Why are you asking? So let us make this happen joyous and love. Please love everybody. Even love your enemies. Pray for them during this harvest. It's not about them. When we pray for politicians, pray for everybody on this platform. You think that it pleases me to be doing that? I know that these are the people, the set of people that because if we don't do that, then you won't be able to have peace. If there is war now, we begin to access war all over the world. They will now call any one of us to join military. Recently, they have said it that anybody, why? Do we need to do that? When they are sharing the money, you are not sharing with them. When they want to share debt now, they want to share it with them. You can see how myopic we are. So when we say let's pray, people would say you don't need to pray. What concerns me about one fight in Lekki? What concerns me about Russia fighting Ukraine? Are they not neighbors? Can't they settle themselves for themselves? So what concerns me about that one? I will let you settle it amicably and enjoy yourself. Because at the end of the day, if you concern Africa, they will extract so many things and there will be a lot of waste. So when we pray, people will say, Mr. Michael said, why are you praying? Why can't you pray for Africa? The problem Africa has is because I'm not in Africa now. So we have to develop ourselves before we develop others. As so many pastors praying for Africa already. So many prophets. So let's pray for these people that believe that they know how it works and they even have the weapons. There are some weapons that they will throw and that if the whole capital will become capitalist. It become grounded immediately. There are some weapons like that. So why are we making that weapon? Why are we doing that? to ourselves. So that is why my prayer is that this President Donald Trump got there so that at least God will enter his mind. There won't be war, there will be solution. At the end of the day, there will be peace. And we continue to do our harvest with joy because that is the end of all the harvest. Then meanwhile, some people, this is the time they want to make profit. When the country go into the war, the machineries, this is the time they want to make money. Please, if you want to fight, download the fighting game and be fighting on the game. If you like fighting. But for us, we come to this world to enjoy ourselves, to plant and harvest. Not to go to war and begin to talk that you are greater than, you are better than, you are this thing. They are neighbors. Some of the children that don't know anything about this thing, they have married and mingled with themselves. So Ukraine and Russia will now begin to say, because we are fighting, who are these things? So because that is how we begin to change, like we are two different. And God don't look at the body or ethnicity, he look at the soul. That is what Africa is all about, soul. That is why in India, China, America, Canada, Nigeria, all other districts, because it's all about soul. All about the soul. All about the soul. So don't let us forget that God will help us in Jesus' name. Before we go today, I want us to know that sustainability, we will do a program about this aspect in a big time. You know, end of the year on the 26th, I normally throw a party that we normally do it, and so nice. We're still going to do the same thing this year. We are going to do it by the special grace of God. And don't forget about this harvest. Whatever you plant, what you will reap. Whatever you plant, so don't plant evil. Plant what is good, and God will be good with you. In Jesus' mighty name, we are prayed. Amen. Amen.